To add a new column in Google Sheets, click on the letter at the top of the column that sits to the right of where you want your new column to go. Then right-click that letter and choose either Insert one column left or Insert one column right. That's it. The new empty column appears instantly and you're ready to work with it. If that was all you needed, you can stop here, but stick around and I'll also show you how to name it, how to fill it with data or formulas, how to handle multiple columns at once, and a few common mistakes that can trip people up. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. First, make sure you're signed into your Google account and that Google Sheets is open. You can do this by going to sheets.google.com directly, or by opening Google Drive and clicking the New button followed by Google Sheets, then opening an existing spreadsheet. If you're working from a shared file, make sure you have at least editor permission. Otherwise, the right-click menu will not show the insert options. Once your spreadsheet is open, scroll or navigate to the area where you want to add your column. Let's say your data runs from column A to column D, and you want a new column between B and C. You would locate column C, the one immediately to the right of where you want the new column to appear. Click that column letter, which is C in this example. That highlights the entire column, from the header down to the last cell with data. With that column selected, right-click anywhere on the blue highlighted header cell. That's the cell that shows the letter C. A context menu will appear. You'll see two options, Insert one column left and Insert one column right. Choose Insert one column left and a brand new empty column will appear where column C used to be, pushing the original column C to the right so it becomes column D. The new column is now column C and it's completely blank, ready for you to fill. If you instead wanted to add a column all the way to the right of your existing data, you would select a column to the left of where you want the new one. So if your data ends at column G, you would click on column G, right-click, and choose Insert one column right. That puts a new empty column to the right of G, becoming the new column H. This is also how you add a column to the far left. Select column A, right-click, and choose Insert one column left to make a new column A. A common mistake here is accidentally clicking on a single cell rather than the column letter. If you right-click on a cell inside the column instead of on the letter header, the menu will give you different options like Insert one left or Insert one right, but only for shifting that cell or range, not the whole column. This can mess up your layout by pushing cells out of alignment. Always click the column letter itself to ensure you're inserting a full column. Once your new column appears, you'll probably want to give it a heading. Click on the header cell of the new column. That's the small gray or white cell at the top where the letter is now displayed. It will show a generic letter like C or H. Click directly on that cell and you'll see the cursor appear, allowing you to type. Enter a descriptive name like sales total or date added, then press enter to save it. The new heading will now appear in bold and it will be part of your data range. If you plan to use formulas that reference this column, a clear, unique heading is incredibly helpful, especially if you use functions like VLOOKUP or query, which often rely on header names. Now for the real power, adding data or formulas to that new column. You can click into any cell in the column and type a value, but for a column that pulls from existing information, you can use a formula. For example, if column A contains a first name and column B contains a last name, you could click into cell C2 of your new column and type $, then click on A2, type an ampersand, a space in quotes, then another ampersand, and click B2. That formula, $A2 and B2, will combine the first and last names with a space. Once you press enter and it works for that first row, you can drag the small blue square at the bottom right corner of the cell down the column to autofill the formula for every row in your dataset. Google Sheets is smart enough to adjust the cell references automatically. This is much faster than typing each value manually. If you ever need to insert more than one column, you can do it all at once. Instead of clicking one column letter, click and drag across multiple column letters, say columns C and D, then right-click and choose Insert two columns left or Insert two columns right. Sheets will insert exactly that many new columns in one step, saving you time. Finally, a quick tip on avoiding data disruption. When you insert a column in the middle of a spreadsheet, any formulas in columns to the right will automatically update their references. That's usually good. But if you have a formula that points to a specific range, like $sum A1, A10, inserting a new column won't break it. But if you have formulas that refer to entire columns, like $sum AA, and you insert a new column A, that new blank column could zero out your total until you fill it. So keep an eye on totals and formulas after you insert. To add even more columns, just repeat the process. Select, right-click, insert. You now know exactly how to add columns in Google Sheets, whether it's one or many, and how to name them, fill them, and keep your data intact. If you ever need a quick refresher, save this video or come back to it anytime. Thanks for watching.